FM News Talk 97.1.
On demand audio. Allman in the morning. Common Sense Radio.
Good morning, you bunch of drunks.
Goes, anticapitalista.
Even the hippies are boring in St. Louis. St. Louis is one of a bunch of cities that aren't really actually having any Occupy protests, you know? Apparently this is a general, they're calling for a general strike. May 1st, International Workers' Day, general strike. Solidarity with the migrant, immigrant movements. We are the 99%, we demand economic justice. No work, no school, no housework. Don't bank and don't buy. Yeah, that'll give you economic justice, all right. Let me ask you something, people. And this is why, you know, I'm not on this radio station and never have been a reflexive attacker of unions, specifically trade unions. Because I know a lot of union members who listen to this show, 969-9797, 866-455-9797, and they are machinists, they are iron workers, they are pipe fitters, they are all kinds of different, you know, electricians, you name it. And I know and they know they have nothing in common with these people. Nothing. These are individuals who are members of trade unions who have boats and go on vacations, and they have nice homes, and they have cars, and they're sending their kids to schools, and they're doing all kinds of things. They're living lives because they have benefited from wealthy people and have benefited from the relationship between union and corporation that in many cases with trade unions actually does work. And yeah, do some unions have issues, and are some unions bringing companies to their knees and causing problems? Heck yeah, obviously yes. But for the most part, the way it's supposed to work is you have a trade union, they work out a deal with the company, and both sides sit down and work out something that's mutually beneficial. Otherwise, the company won't have the union. I mean, otherwise, you say, I'm not worried I can have the union. You can do that easily. But, you know, for the most part, there are companies who recognize that a strong and dedicated group of union workers can actually be very good for your company. They can be very good for business. And the unions are recognizing that among corporations and their profiting and their benefits, they actually can have, you know, to a certain degree, a benefit to them too. 969-9797, 866-455-9797. There's nobody answering the phones back there. Yeah. All right. So anyway, but you can have a mutually beneficial deal. And so these guys, you guys out there who are unionists, what do you have in common with these jackasses out there not working and not going to school and not banking and not buying? What do you have in common with them? You have nothing in common with them. I mean, and that's the whole point I'm trying to make is how is it that here on May Day, and you know, I guess, yeah, okay, so you're a member of a trade union. May Day is important to you to a certain degree because it is International Workers' Day. I get all that. But how can you as a union and a union member commemorate May Day, International Workers' Day, by hitching your wagon to a bunch of unproductive, lazy siphons like these people who are in the Occupy Wall Street movement? I mean, how do you possibly find any congruency with these individuals in any way, shape, or form? Maybe you can let me know. You don't. 969-9797, 866-455-9797. I know you listen to the show. And oftentimes I've heard from some of the union leadership people who will write me nasty notes about, you know, how much they love Obama and all this kind of thing. But the reality is you have nothing in common with these people. Nothing. And you know that. And besides that, if these people came to your house and knew how you lived, they'd hate you too. Because you're making money, you're contributing to capitalism in this country, and you are working your rear ends off, and you're productive members of society. These people out there today, these are students who want everything for free. They want their college educations paid for. And by the way, how is it that not banking and not buying is a decent means of protest? The fact of the matter is, when you're not buying. By the way, these people don't have any money anyway. What are you talking about? These people who are Occupy Wall, they're all. It says actually they're trying to invite like the unemployed there. Well, they don't have any money. They're not buying anyway. Hey, what's up, man? This is an unidentified union member. Everybody, what's up?
Well, your basic union member doesn't have anything in common with the Occupy type people. And I don't know, I wouldn't say if most of them are Democrats or Republicans, but basically the leadership's been hijacked kind of like the government.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with you. I've been trying to maintain that for a long time. And the reason why union members in the past, to some degree, have defaulted to the Democratic Party is because every time you turn around, Republicans are crapping all over union people for whatever reason. You know, these conservative talk show hosts and all these guys are out there. Every time you mention union, they're acting like you guys are a bunch of lazy jerks and that you're crippling companies and doing all this kind of thing. And yeah, that's happened before, but come on. I mean, that's why Republicans have not even made an effort to reach out to unions and explain to unions that they have a vested interest in what prosperity and growth initiatives conservatives and Republicans stand for. Hi, Shannon. What's going on?
Hi, Jamie. I was just calling. My husband is a union electrician, and he has nothing in common with these Occupy Wall Street people. He has no respect for anybody who's going to sit around and expect a handout from the government or from people who are working people.
Yeah.
And he's worked his whole life, worked really hard to make the money he does, and his number one goal is to support his family. His allegiance is not with, the big union, it's with his family.
Right. And here's a guy who is good, Shannon, I appreciate you calling in, and God love you, and your husband who is at work today and not on the streets with these, with all this dead weight.